Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new Halacha 4 units for Thursday, 26th day of May, 25th day of Iyar. Today, a little bit of a complicated Halacha. Concentrate. Here we go. You know that we're going to have 2 days of Yom Tov coming up if you're outside of Israel. 2 days of Yom Tov are going to be on Sunday and Monday, basically. Saturday night through the end of Monday daytime. And you probably know that you're not allowed to prepare on one day of Yom Tov for the next day of Yom Tov. So we're going to specifically focus in now on Sunday near sunset when you would like to start preparing on Sunday night for Monday night's meal, but you're not allowed to prepare on the first day of Yom Tov for the second day of Yom Tov. Okay, so now here's to the complicated part. Let's say you're in twilight, Bein Hashmashos it's called. To be specific, that's exactly a time between sunset and nightfall. Okay, sunset is exactly when the sun goes down. Nightfall is, some say 42 minutes later, some might say it's 60 minutes later or 72 minutes later. But when you're in that twilight piece between sunset and nightfall, can you do any preparation then? See, twilight, that period between sunset and nightfall, is kind of like an in-between. We don't exactly know where exactly the cutoff is, and first day ended and second day started. So theoretically, you could think, oh my gosh, if I do any work during twilight, it could be that the work I'm doing happened right before the official end of the day, and it's preparation for right after the end of the day for the next day. So maybe I shouldn't do any work during twilight because I might be doing some work which is technically in the first day and it ends up benefiting me in the second day, and you're not allowed to prepare first day for second day. So does that mean no work should be done during twilight? So Reb Kiva Eger says something very interesting about that. He employs a little complicated rule called svek sveka, basically means double doubt. Now follow it here. He says, there's a double doubt. It's doubly possible that you did nothing wrong if you did some work during twilight, because it's very possible early in twilight that you did a little bit of work and you benefited from it moments later, and both of those were during the first day. So on that count, you're fine. And it's possible that the little bit of prep that you did during twilight was after the first day ended, and the benefit was also after the first day ended. So on those two counts, what you did was no problem. Maybe the work and the benefit happened right before the end of the day. Maybe the work and the benefit happened right after the end of the day. So if you rely on that doubled out situation, then it should be fine, because often I'm going to do a little prep, get a little benefit, but they'll fall on the same line of end of day or the beginning of the next day. I hope you're following me. So he says if you employ that rule, it's fine to do some work and then benefit from it right away, because it's possible that that fell before the end of the first day, or it's possible that both of those fell after the end of the first day. So he says you can rely on that rule where the thing that you're doing is a rabbinic violation, then we're going to go kind of lenient. But if it's a biblical violation, then we'll go kind of strict and tell you not to do it. Let me give you an example, just in case this was too complicated. A simple example will illustrate this. Let's say it's Sunday night and you want to carry your siddur to shul for Maariv, okay? And you're doing that during twilight. Now, you're allowed to carry on Yom Tov, but you're not allowed to prepare on the first day for the night, which is the second day. So when you carry that siddur to shul, you might be carrying it, which is allowed, but the prep is for using it in shul, and when you get to shul, it might already then be the nighttime, and then you prepare on the first day for the second day, which you're not allowed to. So he says that's an example of where you might be allowed to employ our complicated little rule today. Why? Because carrying in the street, if it isn't a crazy busy street and it does not have tens of thousands of people going through it, which is a lot of our streets, then it's only a rabbinic violation of carrying, okay? And remember, carrying through the streets is allowed on Yom Tov, but not allowed to prepare on the first day for the second day. So if you're just carrying a siddur to shul on Sunday night in a street that's not so busy, just has like, a couple hundred people go through there a day, then it's not really a biblical, full-fledged public area. It's only rabbinic public area. Then you could carry your siddur to shul. Okay, so that would be an example. But if there's anything biblical that you're going to end up doing during twilight, then he would say, don't do it. Sorry if that was a complicated one. But if you see that this will lead to some questions for you about prep that you want to do during twilight, that's maybe biblical, like, I don't know, cooking or something. So definitely speak to your rabbi. Most people are going to tell you just play it safe, do all prep after nightfall. That's what most people are going to say. Just do your prep after nightfall on Sunday night. Thanks for logging on. Sorry for the complicated one. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.